I think they will take time. We'll start the session because this project is a bit lengthy. Okay, so what I have decided to complete this project in 2 sessions. Fine. Even I'll try my level best to complete this project in 2 sessions. Okay, I don't want to exceed more. Fine. Shall we start the session, participants?
Okay, sir.
Fine, no problem, no? Okay,
no problem.
okay. So I think it's better if you reflex, if you keep on asking question, no, it's even I'll get interest. Okay, so that I can complete this project by taking maximum time. Fine. So today's project is. Hope you can see the screen now. You can see the screen, right? Interns? Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
So today's project is website architecture like in Netflix. I think you guys are familiar with about Netflix, right? Are you using Netflix, interns, participants? Obviously, the people are using Netflix because their complete business totally depend upon data. Okay, you cannot believe Netflix. Okay, so the maximum usage of Netflix is 520 million hours per day. Just imagine 520 million hours per day means. Okay, just imagine how much amount of the profit they are generating per day. Okay, so it is remarkable, and just imagine 520 millions per day means how many users will be watching. Okay, the movies you take. I don't know. I'm not I don't use Netflix. The problem is I don't have time for that. Okay. But sometimes I used to watch, like I used to check how they have designed the architecture. Okay. And as far as Netflix is concerned, the complete, the service is provided by Amazon. Okay. So entire, I don't know how many hours of videos they have and load balancing. Okay. The performance, you can see the performance. It's very stable, very quick, etc. Okay. Similarly, what we will do, we will try to deploy such type of an environment for web architecture. Okay, so when the number of users are using, obviously, okay, so what happened, uh, the load, okay, it's very difficult to balance the load. Okay, so generally what we do, we try to uh, we try to balance the load. Okay, so anyways, okay, so that is there. A lot of things already we have discussed regarding about auto scaling, etc. That we are going to discuss. We are going to implement today. If you guys are familiar with the VPC, I guess, right? Can anyone tell me what is the full form? VPC? Hello?
Virtual private cloud.
Yeah, virtual private cloud, virtual private network actually. Okay, so here what happens here is it will allow us to create our own network within the network. Understood? So data is very important. It should be secured and confidential. Okay, so but in the case of AWS, what happened? We will be using the complete the public network or public cloud. Suppose you take Mumbai region. Mumbai region will be having one cloud. Okay, so we are using as public. We are using that cloud. I have my account. You are having account. Understood? So all the data are stored in that public account. Now I want to make my separate the cloud within the public cloud. So to do that, we will be using a VPC system. Okay, so we'll see how exactly we can implement VPC, virtual private network, using Amazon cloud system. Now next is load balancing, elastic load balancer. As I told you, number of users are increasing means performance decreases. We have to balance the load. Okay, so that's the reason we use, okay, elastic load balancer. Okay, so you will understand in the architecture. Next, in this project, I'm going to use Amazon RDS. RDS means, what is RDS? Participants, be reflexive. We have covered no RDS. Hello? Participants, be reflexive, don't worry. What is RDS? Relational
database service.
Yeah, relational database services there. Okay, so in relational database services, we have used DynamoDB, I guess. Okay, so MySQL is there, Oracle is there, and Amazon itself provide one database system called Aurora. Okay, so these are some of the tools I'm going to use to design this web architecture. Now let's see this complete web architecture. No, I have divided in two parts. Okay, so first is called this one, Netflix, the website itself. Website itself, like domain will be, we will have domain. Okay, and that domain we will try to link with our VPC or web architecture. Okay, using Route 53 concepts. Okay, so and this after configuring with Route 53, I'm going to use here the Elastic Load Balancer. Okay, and the Elastic Load job of the Elastic Load Balancer is to, okay, so my deviate or transfer the request and the response based upon the user. Okay, so the number of user, let us say 100 users are there. So what I will do, that 100 user I will divide by 4. Okay, so that means 24 user for this server, 24 for this, 24 for this, 24 for this. Okay, so that is called Elastic Load Balancing, and that will be done by Elastic Load Balancer. And all the data, what I will do, I'll try to use Amazon RDS. Okay, so all the videos, say all the contents I'm going to store in the Amazon RDS system. Understood? Hope you are clear. So today what I'm going to do, I'm going to divide this complete session into two parts. This is one part. This is the architecture of our VPS system. Okay, so we are going to design the VPS system here. Next, this is the architecture of our web. Okay, so let's say web Apache server I will use. Okay, and Route 53 for the configuration, and along with the Apache server, I'll try to use my Elastic Load Balancer. Most important here. Next is what we can plan. Let us say I have the mirror copy of the server. Let us say this is my EC2 instance. Hope I'm audible, interns. Yeah. Let us imagine that this is my EC2 instance, or let us say this is my EC2 server. Understood? Now, next what I will do, I will create the mirror copy of this one, image. Understood? I'll create the image. How many images are there here? Hello? How many images are there? 1, 2, 3. Okay. So this is my actual server and these are the images. So what I will do, let us imagine that due to some fault, okay, so due to some fault tolerance or due to some disaster management, this disaster system, this image got this image is not working. So that means whatever the data which is available in this, okay, so that should be backup. No, we need to backup. Understood? So what we can do is using all these 4 instances. Okay, so we can come up with, or we can have the EFS system, Elastic File System. In Elastic File System, what happened? Suppose let us say, okay, this server is not working, and that file is also available in other server. Understood? If this gone down, this is down, so what I can do, whatever the files which was there in this server, that can be accessed from either this server, or this server. Okay, so we will try to implement that also. Hope you are clear with the architecture now. The participants.
Yes, sir.
You are clear now? So remember, this project is having 2 layers, 2 phases. This phase which is completely of web, this phase which is completely of VPC. Okay, virtual private network. Today's session we are going to have this, like how to design the VPC architecture. Now next is, okay, so in later on, maybe tomorrow. Okay, so into tomorrow or day after tomorrow session, what we will do. Okay, so this is the second phase. Here what I will do, I have load balancer. Let us say xer.xez.in. I have one website. So I want to migrate all my task of this, whatever the data I have here, to that one. So I'll use Route 53. Route 53, I'll try to connect with the Elastic Load Balancer. Now using the Elastic Load Balancer, what I will do, I will create one server, EC2 engine. So after creating one server, I will create the mirror copy of that server for the next engine. Understood? Like that? Okay, so I will set some here policy. Okay, how the number of my contents are increasing, how the number of users are increasing, that means number of the images I'm going to create here. Okay, so here what we will do, what we can do here is, so I can create one server for home. Okay, so you might have seen the moment when you click on, let's say, Netflix, you will be redirected to one page. So moment when you click on other link inside the Netflix, you will be redirected to some videos, right? So here what we can do, by default, by static one server, I can give it for home. and the another server I can give it for streams where my actual data is located. Okay, so we can migrate the user one by one, understood, using the load balancer. This we'll see tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Now next is most important here is, okay, to understand this, the complete architecture, okay, you should be familiar with this VPC. Interns, I'm audible, right? Participants.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so listen carefully. Okay, so what VPC is? VPC stands for Virtual Private Network. Okay, so it will allow us to create our own cloud within the Amazon public cloud. Imagine, okay, so this what the big rectangle, what you can see here is a square or rectangle, see, which is written as AWS. Imagine that this is the cloud of Mumbai server data center. Cleared? Interns, participants, imagine this is the public cloud of our Mumbai server. Okay, so where all the whoever is having the Amazon account, all their data is located in this public cloud. Understood? Amazon cloud. Now what I want to do is I want to set up certain systems, some systems where I can deploy my Netflix like web architecture. So what I will do, I will create one, what? VPC. Hope you are cleared. Okay, I'll create one VPC, virtual private network, and inside that VPC, I will try to deploy my web like architecture. Okay, so here this EC2 instance is nothing but the server here. Okay, so server is nothing but here. So that means this server I'm going to deploy. How many number of servers you want, you can deploy it. Understood? So next is what I will do. Okay, so I have to communicate with the outside, no? Outside of my VPC, right? Hello? Yes. Yeah. So I have to communicate with outside of my VPC. What I will do to communicate with my outside of the VPC, I will use route 53. Okay, so route 53 means here, okay, I'll make use of the router. Okay, routing table I will use. And okay, so using the routing table and the gateway, I'll try to access my EC2 instances. One more thing, the interesting point here is what we can see is we can make public and private. Understood? So let us say this is one more beautiful technique which is implemented by Amazon. See, just imagine you have around 1000 terabyte of the videos which is stored in this stream. Hope you are getting the concept. Imagine you have around 1000 terabytes of videos here which is stored here in this streaming server. Understood? And this is just a web page where the users are coming and they are trying to browse it. Understood? Now what happens if I deploy this completely on the web? If I'm able, okay, if I give this access, let's say you take this again. Let us imagine that I have two instances here. One is for home and one is for streaming. So if I give the, let's say, if I give the access of this streaming server to publicly. So what happened? The public, the client will keep on visiting. Understood? So they try to keep on accessing. In that case, what happened? The videos, all the videos which is having the 1000 terabytes of videos, everything will be accessed by whom? The client. Let us say 100 clients. So I have to give the response and request permission for all the 1000 clients. In that case, what happened? The performance will decreases over there. Okay, so what we can do here is, okay, we can make this as private. Understood? We can make this as private. Private is nothing but inside the VPC. Okay, so we can set up a system where you can upload only the videos. Understood? Upload only the videos without the connection or without the internet connection here. Understood? So we can make that one. Within the cloud itself, we can have the server. Okay, and that server will work as your local computer. That means without the internet, that server can work. Understood? So once what I can do here is, okay, for this this server, I can connect this server to the internet. This server I'm not connecting with the internet. Okay, so just I'm using this server just to upload. So next what I can do here is, okay, I can connect this server to the internet. So users will be visiting our website. Okay, so the moment when they visit the website, what I will do for that particular user, I will give the access for this streaming. Hope you are understanding. Participants?
Yes, sir.
Understood? No? Okay, so what I will do, okay, users will be visiting this, this server, which is connected with the internet. So once they are visiting, what I will do, okay, I will redirect them to this server, which is not connected with the internet. Understood? Here say 100 users are coming. Okay, they will stay, they will visit our front page. Okay, they will come out sometimes. Okay, maybe after 4 seconds, 5 minutes, they will come out. They don't want to watch the movies. Though the clients who really wants to watch the movies, what I will do, I will redirect them to this video streaming server through the elastic load balancer. This is one more technique where we can maintain the load balancing system. Okay, it's the same the technique the Amazons are using. Let's dive into hands-on session now. Hope you are clear with the architecture. So even if not cleared, okay, so in the sessions you will understand. Okay, so how to do that one. So shall we start the session, hands-on session, interns? Interns?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Okay, sir.
hope you can see the screen now. Okay, so hope you can see the screen. Let's dive into hands-on. Let me go to my Amazon web services. Hope you can see the screen now. Hold on. Yeah. And one more thing, it's a recommendation from my side. Okay, Amazon Web Services will give only one VPC by default. Okay, so don't do modification in default VPC. If something went wrong with the default VPC, you have to communicate with the Amazon Web Services. Understood? If that VPC, if you are doing modification and something went wrong, okay, so it will take nearly 48 hours to rectify. Understood? So you can't do it. So take some utmost care while working with the VPC. Okay, so each and everything, what subnets you are creating, each and everything you should remember. Okay, so first and foremost is, hold on. Okay, first and foremost is, let's try to create a VPC system. Okay, to create VPC system, you can go to VPC. What I will do, see here, I don't want to use my region. I'm not using my region. Okay, I will migrate to other region so that I can, the default VPC is there now of the Mumbai. I can, yeah, I will use this data center. Okay, Oregon, which is located in Oregon, Oregon, USA. Next is, this is the main console. Here you type, click on VPC. Click on VPC. I can see only 4 participants. Anyways, click on VPC. Hold on, it's taking time. This will take time, wait. Yeah, can you see participants? Participants, be reflexive participants.
Yes.
Yeah. You are free to ask question. Hardly 3 members are there. Okay. So this is the main console here. Okay, so main console of my VPC. You can see by default I have one the VPC. Okay, so which is up and running. Okay, so next what we have to do is we have to create the VPC. To create the VPC, go to your VPC. Okay, so this is the first step. Okay, go to your VPC, or else we can launch through direct launch VPC. Hold on. Yeah. Can you see the console? Participants?
Yes,
yeah.
Yes,
Now
sir.
next is already by default one VPC is there. Okay, so this is my default VPC which is created by the Amazon itself. Now let's try to create one VPC. Create VPC. Let's say tag the name of, give the name of the VPC Netflix. Okay, so I'll have Netflix. Okay, so now next we have to give the range here. Okay, so range of the IP addresses. So that means the classes. Okay, so I always remember VP, we will be having IP4 addresses here. So we should give the range of the IP addresses. So you can check here the classes of the IP addresses. Okay, so as far as the classes of the IP addresses are concerned, A, B, C, D, 4 classes are there. These are the range of the IP addresses. So you can give from these ranges. Okay. And select the range in such a way that you should be able to cover maximum the IP addresses. You can check this. Okay, how to set the ranges of the IP addresses. So what I will do here, I will set the range as my IP addresses. Okay, 10.1.0./16. Okay, so /16 is nothing but here for the subnet mask. Okay, so subnet marks, I'll tell you what is subnet marks in the next stage. Okay, so this is a range. Now here what happens, the /16 is there, no? Those /16s will allow around to create us around 64,000 IP addresses. So that means within this VPC, okay, I can create around 64,000 IP addresses. Okay, so no IPv6 CIDR block. Okay, which is CIDR block. No, that means IPv4 only we are using. Rest of the things you keep default. Okay, don't do any the modification here. Next is created. Now VPC got created. Okay, so B7. So the last number was B7. Now you can see here. Okay, so the name of the VPC is what? Netflix. Participants. Netflix. So this is the VPC, custom VPC what I have created just now. Okay, so now let's go to the architecture now. Hope you can see the architecture. You can see the architecture now, participants?
No, sir.
Have a look on this. Have a look on this. Okay, so this is my AWS is there now. AWS is a cloud platform here. Okay, so cloud platform of Amazon. Now I have created one VPC inside my AWS cloud platform. Okay, called Netflix. Cleared? Cleared? Participants, be reflexive. I have created this VPC now. I have created this VPC and the IP address of that VPC is 10. What is that?
10.1.0.0/16.
That means 16, and I can assign around 64,000 IP addresses inside this VPC. Understood? But remember, since I have created the VPC, I cannot communicate with the outside of the world now. That is called this AWS public VPC. Understood? So what I need a routing system, gateway, routing, and the subnet mask here. Okay, so next stages, again, we'll go to the our console now. Hope you can see the console now. Okay, so Netflix got created. Here you can see this is the main, yeah. So this is the main ID here, and tenancy, no. Default VPC, no, it's not a default VPC. This is the default VPC. Okay, so next is it is not connected now. It is not connected with the internet. Now we have to connect this one with the internet. Okay, so to connect with the internet, what we will do here, okay, we'll design the architecture in such a way that, okay, I will try to divide our servers into two parts now. Okay, just concentrate here. I will divide the servers into parts here. Say, okay, hope you can see the screen now, PPT, participants.
Yes.
Yeah, so imagine this is my VPC now. I will divide the server in two parts. Okay, one is called private, another is called public. Cleared? Interns.
Yes, sir.
I'll create one private and this is called, I'll create one more public. In private, what happen? Okay, so it is privately located where? Inside the VPC. Understood? And for the private, the server, I'm not going to give the internet access. Cleared? Cleared, participants? Hello? Participants?
Hello, sir.
This is a very critical stage here. Okay, so I'm going to create one private server here. Okay, and that private server is only inside, you can access only inside the VPC. Understood? And I'm not going to connect this one with the internet. Hope you are understanding. Again, I will create, again, I will create one more server here called public. Okay, and whoever is want to access my VPC, okay, they have to come through or they have to go through my home page here. Nothing but the other service called public. Understood? So to do that, to divide that one, so we can make use of subnet. Okay, the subnet. So if I want to explain in a simple word, what is subnet is, let us say there is one company. Okay, so inside the company, let's say there is one HR department, one financial department. There is, let us say, marketing department. HR, financial and marketing are the subnet inside the company. Understood? In the same way in VPC, understood, we can have small networks inside the VPC. Understood? And to create those network, we may make use of subnet techniques. Okay. So, and after creating the subnet technique, we can decide whether to give the internet access for those subnets or not. Understood? This is how we can, this is one more level of security we maintain inside the VPC. Okay. So let's dive again. We'll go to the main console here. I'll go to main console again. Okay. So hope you can see the console now, right? Which screen you can see now, interns? Hello?
VPC.
Okay, so now VPC got created. Now next what you have to do is go to subnets. Now in this case, Netflix case, I'm going to have two server for public and I'm going to have two server for private. Okay, so this is my default. Okay, don't do any modification here. These are my default VPCs. Now, default subnets. Now, if I want to create the custom subnet, click here, create subnet. Create subnet. Okay, so give the name here. Let's say the name of the subnet be public. I'll create public to, okay, public means, remember, this can be connected with the internet. I'm going to connect this one with the internet. Okay, so public 2A. Let's say the VPC, which is VPC now, which VPC we have to select? Interns, participants, please be reflexive.
Newly created one.
Newly created one, which is nothing but a Netflix. Okay, so connect this one with the Netflix. Now next, availability zone. Okay, so availability zone, see, just to avoid the confusion, what I have done, public -2A I have given now. So use public for this public 2A, you use west 2A. Understood? Okay. Participants, please be reflexive. Okay, so I don't want you to commit any mistake while creating the VPC in your account. Okay, so public 2A. So I'm going to assign my availability zone here is US West 2A. Understood? So CIDR IPv4 already set. Now what happens inside this IP address? No, again we can create more sub IP addresses. Understood? The sub IP addresses. So what I will do, I will assign one sub IP address for this, for my subnet. Let's say my IP address be 10 dot, okay, 1.1.0, okay, /24. Now what happens here is, see, my VPC address is this one. Okay, which using this range of the class, I can create 64,000. Okay, /24 means inside one IP address of this VPC, I can create how much? How many? 256 IP addresses. Understood? Interns.
Yes.
Okay, so see, look at the range here. You have to study this. Okay, so 10.10.1, 10.1. Okay, so common here. So I'm giving the range here of the classes. My class is 10.1.0.1. So I'm expanding the range now. So out of that one IP address is 10.1.1.0. And I'm assigning this IP addresses to my public /-2a subnet marks. Okay, and remember, suppose if you want to give the access for the internet access for your VPC, we cannot give the internet access for our VPC for this IP address. Understood? So to give the internet access for your VPC, so we have to give the internet access for this IP address. Understood? Which is nothing but the subnet marks. All the communication of transfer of the data, okay, between the VPC and the public cloud will take place from the subnet marks IP addresses. Now already I have created. Click on create. Okay, so I have created. Now how many IP addresses I have to create? Subnet I have to create. Tell me. So one got created. Okay, so you can see here now it is up and running. Okay, similarly what I will do, it is up and running now. You can differentiate. This is the ACL number. Okay, so and this is a routing table. By default the routing table will be generated by our Amazon itself. Okay, create subnet marks. One more I will create. Now next is public 2B. I will create one more server, public 2B. Create it. VPC, which VPC? Participants.
Netflix.
Same thing. Zone, tell me. Participants. Which zone?
US West 2B.
Yeah, US West 2B. Okay, so next is this IP address will remain same. Now, can someone give the range? First range was 1.10.1.1. No? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 10.1.1. For this, I will give the subnet IP addresses 10.1.2.0. Okay, /24. Okay, so 256 IP addresses I can assign here. Okay, create it. Hope everything is fine. Fine. Next, this is for public server. Okay, so public server. Next is, let's design the subnet for private now. Okay, tag, let's say I will write private 2A. Okay, don't get confused, private 2A. Okay, C I will write. C is a zone here. Okay, so IP address is Netflix only. I'll create Netflix. Zone availability, can anyone tell me? Zone availability. Manoj, which zone? Participants. Hello.
Sir.
Yeah, which zone? I'll use
2C.
West 2C. 2A already assigned. 2B is already assigned. I'm going to use 2C now. Okay, 2C. Next, can anyone tell me the IP addresses? 10.1.3.0-24. Okay, hope you are clear. So let me check again. Okay, so private, everything is fine. So this is for private. That means I'm not going to assign this subnet mask for the internet. Create it. Again, similarly, I'll create one more subnet mask for the subnet for my the fourth server. Okay, create. Give the name private. Let's say private. What was that? 2B, no? Participants. 2B, and this D is the availability zone. Next to VPC. Next availability zone, I will give 2D. Okay. So all the subnet 2D I have given. Next is here, give the IP address. Let's say 10.1.4.0/24. So next I will create this. So subnet is over. Now still, okay, so I have created subnet, I have created VPC, but still it is not connected. Now I have to connect this one to the internet. Okay, so to connect to the internet, we need a gateway, right? Right? Okay, so we need a gateway, internet gateway we require. Okay, so to connect to the internet, so let's try to create the internet gateway first. Go to internet gateway. Just check, concentrate on this one, the architecture, you will understand. Internet gateway. Okay, so let's try to connect my VPC now, VPC and subnet, okay, to the internet. So to connect to the internet, we need internet gateway. Okay, so let's try to create one internet gateway. Okay, so this is the default, remember, this is the default internet gateway. Okay, so we need to create one more gateway here. Okay, so to create the one more gateway, okay, just to create internet gateway here. Click on internet gateway. Click on internet gateway. Let's try to give the name for the internet gateway. Okay, let's say the internet gateway be Netflix gateway. Okay, Netflix hyphen gateway. Netflix hyphen gateway. Okay, so by default, it has taken the name also. Okay, then create internet gateway. Click on internet gateway. So it started creating, hold on. Yeah, so can you see here? It started. Okay, so now see here, our gateway, I have created the gateway and the name of that internet gateway is Netflix gateway. Now I have to attach this one to whom? Hello? Have a look on, again, I will go to the architecture now. Participant, can you see the participants?
Yes, sir.
Can you see the architecture?
Yes, sir.
Have a look on this. I created what? VPC, right? Inside the VPC, now subnet, I have created the subnet. I'm going to have 4 EC2 instances now. 2 for public and 2 for private. Okay, so now next, now I want to communicate. I want to connect this one with the internet now. Okay, I want to connect this VPC with the internet. To connect this VPC with the internet, what we required? Participants?
Router.
Yeah, router required. Router is there. Okay, so router for routing, right? Routing, okay, router required for the routing, but to connect, okay, the internet, we required what? Internet gateway here. Clear? Interns, participants, any doubt? Mahima, you have any doubt? Participants? Ramesha? Ramesh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any doubt?
No, sir. No.
This I created. Now I want to connect with the internet. To connect with the internet, I need a internet gateway. So let's try to create the internet gateway. So after creating the internet gateway, next what I will do, whatever the packets are getting from the internet gateway, I will transfer to this VPC through the router. Okay, nothing but the routing table. Okay, so let's again, we'll go to the main console here. Let's go to the main console. Okay, so already I have created my gateway now. Now we need to attach this gateway to VPC. Go to action, attach to VPC. Okay, click on attach to VPC. Here, okay, so availability, it will ask, just click here. Can you see, participants? So whatever the VPC I created, it is showing now, right? Okay, create that, okay, select that VPC here. Let me check again, yeah. Select this VPC, B7, okay, just now custom created VPC. Now attach internet gateway. Now that means internet, now I have connected, I'm trying to connect to my VPC through the gateway. Understood? The gateway got created now. Now to pass the data packets from the VPC to gateway, have a look. Again, I'll go to the architecture. Hope you can see that. Okay, so have a look on the architecture. Now this work is over, VPC work is over, EC2, 4 EC2 instances I have. Now internet already I have. Okay, so now to get the pass, to transfer the receive and transfer the packets, I have created what? Internet gateway. So that means this work is over. This much of work is over. This work is over. Next, what I have to do? Participants.
Database.
No. Router. Okay, so that means I have to connect. If I want to connect this VPC with this internet gateway, so I have to create one routing table. Understood? So routing table, using the routing table, I can give the access. Okay, so to transfer the packets for the subnet here. Understood? So let's go to the routing table now. Okay, again, I'll go to my console. This is my AWS console. Okay, so here gateway completed. Now next is routing table, root table. Can you see here root table? Okay, so root table, click on root table. Click on root table. So automatically, remember, automatically, okay, so Amazon Web Service will create one root table for you. Okay, so this is the root table. Okay, so B7, this is the custom, just now what I have VPC created. So this is a routing table for my VPC. Just to avoid confusion, what I will do, I will just name this Netflix root table. Okay, root table. Okay, routing table or root table. Fine. Hit on correct. So I can differentiate now. This is my default. This is my Netflix root table. Now next, I have to give the for 2 instances. Okay, for 2 instances I have to give the internet connection, and 2 instances I should not give the internet connection. Right? Yes or no? Participants?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 2 instances which, okay, to give the internet connections are nothing but my public. Okay, the public subnets, which the 2 instances which I should not give the internet connection are nothing but the private here. Okay, so that we can do here using under root. Okay, so select the routing table. Under routing table, okay, so go to root now. One second, hold on a second. This is just to avoid the confusion. What I will do, I will take this one as internet. Okay, internet Netflix. So that means I have to give the internet for this routing table. Okay, so similarly what I will do, okay, I will create one more routing table here. Okay, so let's try to create one more routing table. Create one more routing table. Let's say non-internet. Don't get confused. Internet for public subnet, non-internet for private subnet. Okay, so internet, non-internet Netflix, non-internet Netflix. Give the VPC. Which VPC I have to select here? Hello? Netflix. Select Netflix here. Give the tag. If you want, you can give the tag also. Okay, so already I have given the tag here. Okay, so keep as it is, create it. Go to close. Now can you see? Interns? Participants?
Yes, sir.
You can see, I have created 2 routing table. One is for internet connection, one is for non-internet connection. Okay, so internet connection for public subnet, non-internet connection for private subnet. Now that can be done here under routing table. Okay, so we can migrate now. Okay, so let's say, yeah, it is no, yes, no. Okay, so that is not a big deal. Fine. So let's say internet Netflix. Internet Netflix, please. Which are the subnets? Hello. Internet Netflix means which subnets?
Private.
No.
Public.
Public. Okay, so public subnets. Okay, so next is what I have to do is go to non-internet VPC. Okay, one second. Okay, so next that we can do, okay, so that we can redirect using the option called subnet association. Go to subnet association. Under subnet association, see, nothing, I have not given any subnet here. Okay, so I can migrate the subnet. So internet connection, click on edit subnet association. Okay, so edit subnet association. Now we can select here internet connection for Manoj. What is his name? Ramesha? Ramesh? Hello? Internet connection for public here. Got my point? So what I will do, I will select 2A and 2B. Okay, I'll select 2A and 2B here. Okay, save it. Okay, save it. Okay, so that means I have now connected internet Netflix. Okay, so I have given 2 connections here. Now next is, you can see here, this 2 subnet is for internet Netflix. Okay, so next is I have to go to routes. Okay, routes. Okay, so that I can send the packets here. So in the send the packets, so what I have to do here is go to edit routes. Edit routes. So here, so this is the public. Okay, so this is the VPC from where I'm getting the packets now, right? Interns. Okay, so this is the VPC where from where I'm getting the packets. Along with that one, okay, so I have to distribute the packets inside my VPC. Okay, so to that, generally what we do, we'll try to add one more route called 0.0, okay, 0.0/0, which means that, okay, so along with this 0.1.0.0/16, I want to give the package for all the IP addresses which are inside my VPC. Okay, so which are my VPC under the zone of public 2A as well as public 2B. Okay, so next is here, after this indicates, so that means I want to give the package for all 2A and public 2A and 2B. Next is go to target, hit on target, very important step here. Okay, hit on target, hit on internet gateway. Under internet gateway, okay, so the moment when you click on internet gateway, you will get this option. Okay, IGW, okay, Netflix gateway. Click on this. Next to save the routes. Save the route. Now route got successfully completed, right? Yes or no? Right?
Yes, sir.
Now route is successfully completed. Next is, similarly, we have to do it for a non-internet. Non-internet means which subnets? Interns. You can see here 2 subnets
Sir,
are
this one, private,
configured.
private.
Yeah. So 2 subnets are got connected now. Now non-internet for, okay, private now. Though that means I should not give the internet connection. What is the next step? Tell me. I have selected not internet. Next, be reflexive. Hello. Hello. Subnet,
Yes,
subnet association.
Association.
Subnet association, edit a subnet association. Okay, so here which subnet I have to select?
2AC and 2BD.
Yes, 2AC and 2, okay, 2BD. Okay, so C and B are the zones. Okay, so next is save it. Okay, next is save it. Again, I have to go to 2 subnets are now allocated. I have to go to routes. Okay, so under routes, edit routes. So already local I have given. Similarly, give it for 0.0.0. Similarly here also, internet gateway, you'll get the, okay, so this Netflix gateway. Okay, so save it, finished. Now that means my entire architecture is now ready, understood. So after this, okay, so the and if you take this, if you take this architecture, let me show you, hold on. Okay, let me show this. Hold on, yeah. If you take this architecture, so I have covered under AWS, I have created VPC. Under VPC, I have created 4 instances, private and public. Okay, so next to get access from the internet, so I have created internet gateway. So after creating internet gateway through the router, I'm passing the packets from internet gateway to my VPC. Understood? So next DynamoDB is there, that we will discuss later. Now I have to, now we just try to concentrate on this now. Okay, so concentrate on this part now. Participant, you can see, right? Participants, concentrate on this part now. Okay, now we will try to concentrate in this part. Okay, this is the part inside the VPC now. How many are there? Server. These are the server. How many servers are there? Participants. Hello? Hello?
Sir.
Okay, how many servers are there?
2.
2 servers are there. But in our architecture, I have, how many I have created? Yeah. How many I have created? Yeah, participants.
2 only.
No.
Then?
I have created 4, right?
Sir, it's subnet, no sir.
Yeah, that is subnet. That means, yeah, that individual subnet I'm going to give for one EC2 server.
Means individual subnets means they are individual servers.
Yeah. Individual IP address is there, right? Individual IP addresses I'm going to give it to one EC2 engine there. Understood?
Okay.
So how many EC2 engines will be there? Yes, tell me. Mahima? I have 4 subnets, 2 public, 2 private. That means 4 IP addresses, right? 4 IP addresses means how many servers I am going to create? I can create. Participants. How many I can create? 4, no? 2 for public, 2 for private, right? Participants.
Yes, sir.
Yes, understood. No, any doubt? Other participants? Hello? Hello? So I can create, okay, so
Sir.
2 public and 2 private here. Okay, so that can that we have to do here, that we can do here. Now next, but before that one, okay, so resources should talk to each other, both public, okay, so public subnet as well as the private subnet should talk to each other. Okay, so that action we have to configure first. To do that one, again what I will do, I'll go to subnets. Okay, I'll go to subnets. Okay, so public, okay, so I'm giving the internet access to public, no? Yes or no?
The screen.
Yeah. Screen now you can't see. Hold on. Okay, now I'm in subnet now. Understood? I'm in subnets. Now public IP address, public subnets should talk to our internet through the gateway. Okay, so to do that, okay, so what you can do here is click on public 2A. I will click on public 2A. Okay, so public 2A, click on public 2A. Next is go to actions. Have a look on this. Go to actions. Okay, so after actions, modify auto sign. Okay, so auto sign IP settings. Go to this option, modify auto sign IP settings. So here, okay, so here click on enable auto sign IPv4 addresses. So this indicates that now the public IP address, okay, of my VPC can communicate with the internet, okay, through the gateways and the routers. Hope you are cleared. Okay, so here what I have done, enable auto sign public IPv4 address and save it. Okay, so now you can see here this public 2A can communicate now. So I can exchange the data packets from internet to my VPC. Similarly, okay, so there is another instance here, public 2A. Okay, so go to public 2A. Let me uncheck this. Public 2B. Go to public 2B. Click on actions. Again, okay, modify auto assign IP settings. Under this, click on enable auto assign IP address 4, IPv4 4. Save it. So that means this indicates that okay, public to A and public to B can communicate with the internet now, okay, through the VPC. Now rest of the private to A and private to B cannot be communicated, okay, which is inside the VPC to the outside of the world. Suppose let us say private to A and to B wants to communicate with each other, wants to communicate with the outside of the world, okay, they have to pass the data packets right from public, either from public to A or public to B. Understood? So next is, let's try to go to instances. Let's try to create the instances so that I can assign all these IP addresses for my servers. Okay, so next, any doubt here, participants?
No.
No doubt? Mahima?
No, sir.
Sure, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll go to the next stage now. Next, go to services. Let me open a new tab. Okay. Let me open a new tab. Hold on. Okay, hold on. It's taking time. Yeah. Now let's go to EC2. Okay, so I'll create one engine, EC2 engine. Hold on. It's taking time. Okay. Right now I'm in Oregon region. Okay, so running instances are 0. Next is go to instances. Go to instances. Hold on. Okay, so there are no instances. Go to launch instance. That means I'm creating servers now. Go to launch instance. Hold on. Okay, so here I'll take Ubuntu. I'll choose Ubuntu 16 point. Yeah, I'll choose this one 18.04. Select this. Here, the most important part is here. You have to tell me. Okay, so how to configure this EC2 now? Free tier. I'll use free tier for the instance of time. Okay, free tier only. I'll go with the free tier. Okay, so next, configure instance type. Now here, yeah, tell me, participants, Hello.
We have to change the default VPC.
Exactly. Here, look. Have a look on this. All the participants, please have a look on this. See, number of instances 1. I'm going to create one. Let's say public 2A. Let's start creating the instance for public 2A. Number of instances 1. Okay, so network VPC. Can you see this VPC? Okay, so the moment when I click here, I'll get 2 options here. Can you see, participants? Hello?
Yes, sir.
You can see 2, right? Default and Netflix. Okay, so I'm going to create on, I will select Netflix now. Understood. Under Netflix, you can see here, how many subnets are there? Interns?
4.
4 subnets are there. Let us say, I want to create for public 2A. Which subnet I should select?
Second one.
Second one I should select, that is West 2A. Understood. Now next, auto assign public IP. Okay, so I'll keep this one subnet setting itself. So subnet itself will take, now you can look here is under this 2A, I can assign 251 IP addresses. That means 251 IP addresses are available. Understood. So next is regarding our placement groups. Okay, so these things I will keep as it is. So I don't want to what I can say. I don't want to modify those things. Now next is, let's go to add storage. Add storage. So obviously I'll keep proof. Okay, so 8 GB only. If you want, you can add more. Add tags. Let's say, let me add one tag here, name. Okay, so under name, next public, I'll give public Netflix public 2A. Netflix public 2A. Public 2A. Okay, so name of my instance. Next, very important regarding about security group. Okay, have a look on this. Create a new security group. So whenever, always remember, whenever you are creating in the new VPC, or if you are selecting the new VPC, so you have to change the security group also. Now, if you, okay, so what I will do, instead of creating the new security group, I'll go to select existing security group now. Interns? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
I'll go to, okay, so select as existing security group. By default, whenever you are creating an VPC, okay, it gives a default VPC security group. And remember, this security group is for which VPC?
For default VPC.
No. Security group is default here. But for which VPC? Which VPC you have selected?
For Netflix.
Netflix. So that means this is the default security group for Netflix VPC. Understood? Not the security group. Okay, so security group, default security group for default VPC. Hope you are cleared. Okay, so I will select now this default, the security group for my Netflix VPC. So you can see here, this is the ID of my Netflix VPC, D9. Last letter you remember, D9. D9 was my ID of my VPC security. Okay, VPC. So next I have selected this, the security group. Now, if you want, you can create the new security group. What I recommend, so whatever the VPC you select, better you use the same VPC group. Okay, so sorry, what is that? Security group. Security group is nothing but here, remember, firewall. We are selecting the firewall here. Okay, so next is review and launch. Review and launch. Launch the instance now. I think which SSH, no, we are doing SSH here. Okay, fine. Launch. Now, most important, better you create a new key pair. Okay, so since new VPC, better you create new key pair value. Let's say Netflix. Okay, so Netflix VPC. I'll create Netflix VPC. Download the key pair. Download the key pair. Next, to launch the instance. Okay, directly you launch the instance. This instance is for my public what I can say, public subnet. Launch the view and view the instance and launch the instance. Wait, hold on. Oh my God. Yeah. Now it is launching the instance. So it is, you know very well, this will take time. Till then, we will try to convert this PEM file to PPK file. So what I will do, I'll create one folder on my desktop. Hold on. Can you see the, hello? Can you see my desktop? Interns?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me create one copy here. Netflix. Okay, VPC. Netflix VPC. I'll go to downloads. Hold on. Netflix VPC. Okay, now next, what is the next procedure, participants? Participants, I have PEM file now. What is the next procedure? Participants, putty.
We have to convert it to PPK file.
Yeah, putty gen.
Putty gen.
Okay, putty gen. Click on putty gen. Hope you can see now. Putty gen. Go to putty gen. Okay, load. Okay, so here, desktop. Under desktop, I have Netflix VPC. All files. Select PEM file. Open it. Next, which option I have to select? Which option I have to select? Private or public? Private key. Yes. Okay, so next is give the name Netflix. Okay, Netflix Netflix key. Already given, no key. Netflix key I'll give. Netflix key. Save it. Okay, save it. Now you can see. Let me close this one. Hope you can see the screen now. Hello. One second. Which screen can you can see, participants, now? Okay, so hope you can see the screen.